Hey guys, it's Christina. I noticed when I was looking at my YouTube feed today that a lot of people are starting to post their 2018 yearly favorites. So I decided to go ahead and post that before it gets to be too late, you know. I don't know what I was just about. I was just about to ramble about something. I guess about the fact that, you know, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then, you know, everybody's got Christmas plans and New Year's plans and whatnot. So why not go ahead and record and post this now? So my first favorite of my first favorite of 2018 is actually experiences. So yeah, sorry for all of y'all who are here to try to view like the tangible stuff first, like the makeup and the clothes and bags and stuff, but you know what, I'm gonna talk about the stuff that I actually went out and did this year. One of which was I participated in the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. I was in one of the films. I'll go ahead and link that in the description. One other favorite experience of the year was I actually went to a horror film festival last spring, and I for whatever reason, like, I was under the impression that I didn't find out about it until like the night before. But really, like, when I went back and reviewed my emails, I was like, wait a minute, I found out about it a week before. But I guess since some of the stuff was already like sold out, it felt like I found out about it like exactly at the last minute. And it was a lot of fun. I only got to go to like one panel and one film, but it was yeah. It was a lot of fun. So the third experience that I had this year that was a ton of fun was I went to well, y'all saw this in my series of videos, which I'm sure some people think it's kind of odd that I would post like a series of New York videos with just me talking from my hotel room, but that's kind of what it was. So I went to New York. I was selected as one of the people to go for this 2-week program. It was the first ever program for actors with disabilities at the Queen's Theater. As y'all saw. If you didn't see it, I'll go ahead and link one of the videos in the description. And so it was a lot of fun, you know. We had all sorts of different kind of classes, and we got to work with Vincent D'Onofrio as one of our teachers, and we had a showcase at the end, so that was really new for me. So as far as experiences in 2019, what I want to do to kind of I guess it's kind of an upgrade. So to kind of elaborate, one of my goals for 2019 is, I guess, I mean, it sounds simple, but it's kind of like to, I guess kind of to put myself out there a little more than what I've already started doing. Like, instead of just going and attending a film festival, I want to volunteer next year. Digital media, that's my second favorite thing of 2018. Podcasts, I actually kind of got back into. I think when I used to listen to podcasts, I would just kind of listen occasionally to All Songs Considered by NPR, and as if NPR is an artist. But anyway, National Public Radio, they have some podcasts, and yeah, so it's a good way to find new musicians that you might want to listen to. But so yeah, I actually haven't been listening to that one this year. Mostly what I've been listening to, I found out that there's horror movie podcasts. So I've been listening to Shockwaves, and my friend AJ, who directed N-Trip, he actually, like, he was the first one that mentioned any horror podcasts to me at all. So that was the first one that I started listening to. Alright, so another favorite podcast that I wanted to mention to y'all that I listen to, and it's not sponsored or anything. I actually just wanted to go ahead and mention it because it's, like, you know, my second favorite podcast that I listen to. I listen to The Horror Virgin, and so I'll go ahead and link their website below. I don't remember words. I don't remember if Shockwaves has a website, but if they do, I'll go ahead and link that below too. And like, as far as podcast goals for the new year, I want to try to listen to ones that I guess I wouldn't normally kind of gravitate toward. I know Jacqueline Brooke had mentioned a podcast called The Porch, So I went ahead and I listened to one episode of that, and you never know. Maybe there's some episodes of that would appeal to me. Who knows? And then like maybe like some news podcasts. And also, as far as digital media is concerned, you know, I mean, I have all of them. I have and now my allergies are bothering me. I have I have Amazon Prime and Hulu and Netflix and Shudder. So I've tried looking at, which I want to get a little bit better at the new year. I've tried looking at some shows that I might not normally watch. So let's see, like as far as Netflix stuff that I've loved this year, actually two things that Netflix and Shudder, two people who've kind of made a comeback. Norm Macdonald has a show. I was about to say a TV show. Well, I mean, in this age, in this day and age, you know, streaming is kind of like TV. So he has, which actually, come to think of it, that's the name of it. It's called Norm Macdonald Has a Show. And it's a talk show with, you know, him talking to celebrities and interviewing them and that sort of thing. So there's that. And then Joe Bob Briggs made a return to Shudder. He was actually supposed to just be doing like the last drive-in movie marathon, and ended up, you know, luckily everybody was like, you know, they were really anticipating him returning, and so very high demand for him to be back on, and so he's actually had 2 marathons since then. And I watched most of the movies from, which one was it? The very first, the first marathon that he did. Like I probably wouldn't have otherwise watched The Prowler or Basket Case or what was the other one I watched? I watched a little bit of Blood Feast. I can't think of any other at the moment, but anyway, so I have some from the Dinners of Death marathon and the Christmas marathon that I have to kind of catch up on. So yeah, like I said, kind of my 2019 goal was to watch more stuff that you know, instead of just watching like favorites that I watch over and over, like just to try to watch some different types of shows. And then also some favorites that I didn't mention at the top of the list, but I probably should have. And you know, I stumble over my words, so I'm like, you know, I may as well just laugh at myself. So the reason that you're watching this right now is because I bought myself a camera in order to film auditions and YouTube videos. So I'm filming this on the Canon T5i and editing it with Adobe Premiere Pro. If y'all don't know, I used to, I majored in broadcast journalism, and so, you know, back when I was at college, we used to use Final Cut Pro, which from what I understand, it's a lot more expensive than Premiere Pro, but I mean, I guess it kind of does the same thing. So anyway, I used to be familiar with Final Cut Pro, and so now I use Premiere Pro. So as far as favorite movies of the year, by the way, I feel like this is going on and on forever, but anyway, let me try to hurry this up. So favorite movies of the year, probably The Strangers Prey at Night, which, to tell you the truth, like just from the trailer, I wasn't even looking forward to seeing this movie, and then it totally exceeded my expectations. And I also put here Bloodfest, which that was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was an awesome horror comedy. My friend Josh and I went to go see it, and it was hysterical. So one other one that I listed on here is Hereditary, which, I mean, it's got kind of like a grim plotline to it, but I put it on here mostly because like there's 3 characters in the movie that you know, they're kind of haunting. They've kind of stuck with me, and I think about them every now and then. So, you know, I mean, if a movie can do that, you know, months after you've seen it, then I think it's kind of accomplished what it set out to do. Favorite foods of the year, junk food and coffee. Next, music. Kim Petras, and Kim Petras. How's that? Favorite TV show of the year, Schitt's Creek. Would I have listed anything else, really? I don't think so. And so now, for all y'all who have been watching, waiting for me to show like my my tangible favorites of the year, not counting my magnifying glass, which I use to look at everything, let me show y'all what I got. So this jacket I actually almost wasn't gonna show in this video just because it's so old and I normally wear it like every day. But this is an old this is an old jacket that I got from Target by the brand Massimo Supply Company. And I remember I got this years ago in blue and in green, and the only one I wore the most was the blue, so I kept that. My other favorite jacket of the year is actually one I've only worn a couple of times, but the one time that I wore this to work, I actually got 13 compliments in one day. This is by Rue 21, and it's kind of a mesh-lined metallic silver windbreaker. So as far as bags this year that I most used, and this one, I probably could throw this out at any time, but I still tend to use this a lot. This bag by The Sack, and this pink bag by Alyssa, which I got off of Amazon. As far as favorite scents of the year, and I kind of tend to switch out my perfumes all the time, so I'm not really gonna list those, but here's a scent that I tend to use, that I used a lot of this year and I get compliments on. Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte by Bath & Body Works. And my favorite lip color of the year, which in fact I'm not even sure how recently I got this, but you know, I love like my moisturizing pink lip balms. I'm trying to find what brand this is by. Superstay Matte Ink. I think this is Maybelline, even though I don't see where it says Maybelline on here. But anyhow, it's in number, I can't see the I can't see the name, but it's in number 30. I also have a couple of nail polish favorites of the year, and even though like I need to redo this again, but I'm using a red nail polish at the moment. I believe it's a Sally Hansen gel nail polish. I'm gonna have to look and see. But mostly this year I've used a myriad of pink nail polishes, and then whenever they've dried up I've gotten rid of them. But this is kind of the neutral shade that I used when I was in New York. This is Ballet Slippers by Essie. And this one, I've only used this a couple of times, but I got a lot of compliments on it in person and on Instagram. This one is OPI brand, Do You See What I See? And my last tangible favorite here, which is actually what I use to remove my nail polish. I love using these nail polish remover pads by Ulta. They did repackage these. They repackaged them and made them a little bit harder to open, so like instead of being able to tear it easily and open it, I now have to use scissors. But you know, the good thing about it is at least it helps seal the moisture in, so. Alright, well thank you very much for watching my yearly favorites. If you'd like to subscribe, I'll go ahead and link that also. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.